Good day, all. Good day, all, and thanks for watching this video. Now, following 3 days of fasting and prayers for an end time assignment, God led me on a journey that resulted in my decoding the XEG 666 number and discovering the name, images, and mark of the beast hidden in it. Today, I will begin to show you how the beast number is a code that unlocks all the secrets of this earth. This presentation is in 3 parts: decoding XEG and the images hidden therein, decoding QR scan codes, and identifying the Antichrist and his mark. To decode the beast, we need to find the correct beast number. This slide shows the 7 main variants of XEG. The first 4, all these 3 are modern variations of this one. This is the original copy. These are people's interpretations. And these are the remaining 3 original manuscript copies. So we only have 4 original manuscripts. As I'll begin to show you, this carries the code for decoding XEG. Now, why are there 4 beast numbers? It is because they represent different images of the same beast rather than mere alphabets. My decoding will prove all the manuscript copies to be correct, but only the first one carries the code key. I chose the oldest 1st century copy for decoding because it has XEG as one complex. As you can see, look at, it's an S and a G that looks like a 2 hanging on one of the legs of the S. The key information, this is the key information for decoding the G code. For decoding, I call it the G code. Then it also carries markers to confirm when we find the correct XEG number. So this is the G code and these are the markers. You should find this when you find this to show you you've arrived at the right XEG number. And number 2, I saw it on humans and in the whole universe. After all, it is the number of man, that is humans, and not an individual, according to our oldest Bibles. Slides 9 and 11 show where I first saw it. This is a human head. Now, let's see. G hanging on S. That's an S, and that's a G hanging on one of the arms of the X. The same thing here, a G hanging on one of the arms of the X. And here, this is the X, 3 arms of the S, and the 4th one, there is a G hanging on it. I have drawn it here. So in the end, you have 5 arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, making the simplest classical XEG. Now the markers are all here. I've pointed them. See how big it is, bigger than the arms. All right. It could be something, and this one as well. They all look like the marker to that. Now let's see. This is the summary of what I've already talked. If you can read it, take your time to read it. The next place I saw XEG is in our red blood cells. Okay. Here it looks like an ego. As you can see, this is a G. I cropped it out from here. That's the ego here. And this is a G hanging on one of the legs of the X, making an ego XEG. Okay, I've cut out the 5G. 5G is very prominent in beast formations. I forgot to show it to you in the other slide. I'll go back. Look at 5G here. You will also find 5G. That's 5G again. Everywhere you find 5G, it is very prominent beast number or image when you look for XEG. They're always in association together. You always find them. It's very prominent. Okay, let's go back to where I was. So that's 5G. As you can note that this 5G is part of the XEG ego. This part of it from here is part of the leg of the ego. Yeah, that makes 5 and G. Okay, they go together many times. Right. Now we have confirmed the correct 666 number. Let's decode it and see the rest of the entangled images. The Antichrist mark image must be hidden there, and we must be able to recognize it when we see it. Today, you shall also know the origin of these secret symbols. So this is my manuscript code key, the one containing G and the S. What I did is I separated them, okay, into the 3 parts. All right, this is the 2Y beast. One is a female, one is a male. Yes, I've studied it very many times, and I know the faces formed in this is a female, and that is a male, and these are the arms, and these are the heads. Okay, after I uncoupled them, then I coupled them back together, assembled each with its own partner. All right. But first of all, this is the horizontal position of this beast. Okay. When it's in this beast or that one, when its arms are spread out as if it's flying, I call it the flying beast. This is how it looks. When there are 2 or more of them binding at the hands, this is how they look. And when there's one on top of the other, it looks like a squashed S. In fact, I forgot to tell you, this is exactly how I found this shaded in the manuscript. Okay, this is how John shaded it. This is to show where the beast binds at. They can bind at the hand or at the head. All right, these are the points of binding. Now, when in this flying beast, when it's just one of them, it will look like the eye in one of the manuscripts. Okay, and when it's 2 or 3, it will look like the arrows in all the manuscripts. The arrows in all the manuscripts. That's what they represent. Now, this one here, as you can see, there's a small Y. I call this Y shaped. Okay, I call them Y shaped. There's a small Y beast there and a bigger one, and they are bound at the hand, as you can see. That's the Byzantine text. And this explains all the manuscripts. So they are all correct. Now, decoding. As I decode, reassemble the beast, I want you to know the XEG in the resultant complexes, because I will mainly be summarizing the images. Now, using the red beast, when I put 2 together, using 2Y, I got, this is the front view, and X. The back view of the S is this, and it's the same as the Nazi symbol, okay? See the hand up, going this way, coming down, and going that left, okay? That is the Nazi symbol. It is a very religious symbol in the Asian places. That's where you know the guy, where he took it from, okay? It was already in his existence, and in fact, the Knight Templars used this image before Hitler, okay? When I use the blue beast, these are the formation S again, and then these looking like flying birds and a hand. This Y will also form similar complexes. They will only differ in the shape of the hands. All right. This looks to me like a coat, like Englishman's country coat, or and I think, is it a coat made of arms, because these are called arms. Query the coat of arms. All right. So this is what we have with 2Y. Now, using 3 Ys, this is all I got. Everything was an ego. And you see, this is 6. Okay, 3 Ys makes 6, the 6-pointed star. That's where it came from, this. Okay, and there also the triangle. All right, you see the head in each of the triangles, and from this head to there, okay, and then from there, that's how they got the upside down. Okay, a triangle upside down, and this one, this when the same thing as this, but when the 3rd incoming beast, one of his hands fall on a hand that is already there. You see how I've colored it? Then it becomes 5 rather than 6, because there are 2 hands joined there. And this configuration gives us the pentagram, okay, that you see here. This is where the secret societies got these symbols from. They don't mean anything else. And I think they started doing it in order to, just like I did, I had to draw these diagrams in order to make sure I got the correct figure of this beast. Very difficult to draw and get it very correct if you don't make these diagrams to put the hands in there. That's how they started using it, I think. All right. And now, they are showing it everywhere, and it's like a deeper meaning. It's only a tool of their work. It doesn't mean anything else. Now, this is the back view, okay, of the ego. When this back view, an incoming beast is the right hand. So when right hand, a front view and a back view are mixed together, you get a double-headed ego, as used in most European countries, Freemasons, and USA has used it as well. Okay, most European countries, okay, have used it. So these are all your symbols, triangles, okay, right. Now, using 3Y, the blue colored beast, the female beast, you get similar things. It's the same ego, okay? Just the shape of the hands that differ. And you get triangles as well, 6 triangles. If you count this one inside, it's 7 triangles. This is where they get their triangles from, okay? And like I said, note the SEG formed. This is an S. You can read the S anyhow as long as it's an S, and this will be described as an E, okay? Right. In the next one, I put 4 of the beasts together, and this is what you get. With this red one, you get only with this can you get this 2-headed ego. It appears to be like a 2-headed ego with 2 sets of wings and 2 legs. You also get triangles. Okay, so that will be 4 triangles. And then this also S on S. Okay, you see S that side and S that side, S on that side. The same with this 4 triangle, S on S. Okay, and then the sun. You also get the sun with that one. All right, the sun. Okay, that's where they got their symbols from. Summary of YB's interactions. So we found they generated S, SEG, eagles, flying birds, stars, triangle, sun, swastika, that's the Nazi symbol, the hand, and then coat of arms. Using the G, putting the G together. When I put 2 G's together, that's what you get. Okay, and then there is the frog. All right, and other types of frogs. I'll show you how I constructed this. Okay, using 3 G's, everything was a 5G. From here down was a 5G. Okay, this is it, 5 and a G, 5 and a G in there. 5 again and a G hanging there, and then 5 and a G. I've colored it in such a way that you can see how I joined the G's, the different G's together. That's a 5G using 3 G's, and this a 5G as well. Call this a closed 5G. It is using only 2 G's, as you can see. So from here, you go like that, and you come here, that will be a 5. And then from there, you go there, and you go there, that will be a G. This is how to interpret SEG. Okay. Now, when I use 6, this is the only thing you can get with a 6. You have to join the tails of the G together. I'll show you how it's done. All right. And when I did that, I got this chief dragon. This chief dragon is reserved for use only in Freemason headquarters, the monarchy, and the Vatican. Also, it generated these triangles. I did not draw it in. It generated it. You will see how it's done. Okay. So you see 5G everywhere. This is why you guys were very disquieted by 5G, thinking it's the radiation and all that sort of thing. No, it's because your spirit, the spirit of God in you, was telling you it's not a good thing. It is an SEG, a very prominent SEG image. And you see, I'll show you where 5G becomes a very good SEG. All right, it's an SEG on its own, you'll see. Now, these are the other formations I did. 3G, this is definitely an ego, and I've shown you how I put it together, the G's. It cannot be interpreted otherwise. Now, the next one, using 3G as well. The only thing I can think of is an ego piloting a helicopter. It makes me think of the ego has landed, USA. And then the other thing is like a water tap, all right? And I've shown you again how to interpret SEG, all right? You see E, you can interpret E in different ways. Take the hand up there or make it short like normal. And this is an X. This is how it is interpreted. All right. This another way, the same way. Okay. Yes. All right. Okay. So with this is another formation of three using 3Gs, and these are the figures I got. These faces are G and G. They are very prominent in these formations because from this G and G you get a 5G. When there's a little bit of a beast, another beast hanging on to that leg, it will form a 5G. You see. Okay. Now, using 4G. No, this is still 3Gs that is used here. Okay. What did I get? This one looks like 1 and 2. Looks like a dragon man. I mean, with that head, what can I call it? I can only call it as a dragon, and with the body, the 2 hands and legs, a man. So I call it dragon man walking left or walking right. And in these are the same rotation of one of the same formation, different rotations, 4 different rotations. In this rotation, it looks like definitely an ego. All right. The same, it looks like an ego. All right, that's using 3Gs. So with 3Gs we now have 5G and egos, and you know who is connected with those. Now using 4G, this is definitely like an ego flying. Okay, an eagle in flight. All rotations gave ego, nothing else. All right, so eagles everywhere. Now, this one using 4G, with that kind of head, it can only be interpreted as a dragon with an open mouth. Okay, 4G. All right. So these are the construction methods that are not already shown. Okay, how I constructed the frogs. Okay, and the others. All right. Oh, that is the my chief dragon. You see, I drew a circle because I had to make sure all the parts are meeting at the same place, okay, equidistant from each other. And look at X generated by itself. All right, the triangle generated by itself. All right. Let's continue. So summary of GB's interactions are eagles, dragons, 5G, and frogs. Now let's see where some of these decoded images appear in nature. This is your nucleus. All right, and look at, this is a dragon, an SEG. See the E, very prominent. See the G hanging on one leg. And you have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Classical SEG beast image. This is the arrow, okay? And this is the, look at the markers. I think this is exactly what John saw. It is so close to it. It matches it perfectly. All right? So this is your marker. And you see this bit coming out here is a G that is inside this one. There's an open space there. And this thing you see here is a small beast. This is what John drew, small beast. And see that faint one that makes it look like a 5. Okay? That is what is here. Makes it look like a 5. Okay? This is another G I saw there that I colored. All right? So your nucleus have SEG. All your cells, everything has SEG. The whole world, the universe has SEG. Okay. Now this is the reverse. When I reverse this, I got this image, and from there I got this, I cut out these. You can already see without my coloring it, this is 5, all right? And then this is a G inside it. Yeah, I've drawn the G, I've drawn the 5, and then the G and the 5 combine. Then there is an S there, which is this, looking like a frog. That's the S is there. And as you can see, now I make, look at E, you make an SEG from this E, then this is your S, that sort of frog, and then your G that is inside. And you see 5G and this occupy exactly the same position. So in this form, SEG equals to 5G. All right? That's why they talk about 5G and they label what you know what 5G. It is SEG, a bis number. It is not good. With 5G, when they arrived, when they got 5G, they can control you. They can locate you anywhere you are. Okay, it's like you're in prison with 5G. They can, is the all-seeing eye. You cannot run away from 5G. And that's after they got the 5G, they brought in other things they brought in, like the pandemic. Okay, let's continue. Now, this is the same red blood cells where I cropped out the ego. And these are the different rotations. Okay, you can see here, it's like the tail. So this is definitely an ego. Here it looks like a man jumping to the right, and this one it looks like a man jumping to the left. This confirms these are, similar SEGs. Okay, they form similar things, dragons and eagles. Okay, and this is the white blood cell. All right, that's 5G. If you look very well, study it very well, you can see the 5, and that is the G. Almost everything is like this. 5G, it's an SEG. All right, 5G, and this is it, and an SEG. You can see it. I've drawn it for you. G, and then the 5, and the S. See, and you get an SEG. When all the details of 5G, the way it occurs in nature, are drawn in, it is an SEG. But when you just draw the outline and leave out the bits inside, you just interpret it as 5G. Okay, it's an SEG in nature. The red blood cell is 5G. Okay, right, so you've seen that before. It is 5G, and in red blood cell it's definitely 5G, not this SEG. But I bet you can see, I mean, we already see the SEG in red blood cell as an ego. All right, now let's continue. This bacillus. Okay, see another SEG here, and it is like a 5 and a G with a little bit there. So that means this one is an S, and you can see the G hanging there. Okay, it's the G hanging there, and with this tail that turns 5G into SEG. All right, that is the bigger picture there, a G hanging on an S, and this S is made out of G's as well, and as you saw in our decoding. All right, now find similar face in the next slide showing atom. All right, this is atom movement captured in real time, and look at that same beast face. Okay, is there 5G. Okay, it's an SEG on its own, and that's it. I've cut it out there, and I've drawn it for you, making another SEG with the next bit of beast. Okay, attaching to this, all the beasts attached to each other, so you know where to begin and where to stop. You have to know where to begin and where to stop. That's why God showed us the code, to show us how to read SEG. All right, otherwise you wouldn't know how it goes. All right, so it's a code that tells you how to interpret SEG. All right, and this is the atom. All right, okay, bacteria. So tell me, if your atom has SEG, the way it generates is SEG, then every other thing in nature is formed by an atom, so they also have SEG. And that's what I tell you, there's SEG on the moon, on the stars, in the sun. I've seen it, I have the pictures, but it will be for another topic. Now see this is 5G. Okay, 5, and then a G in there. Yeah. The whole nature is 5G and SEG. 5G is an SEG. Okay, that is the secret of the world. SEG. That's what I've already said. Okay. Now, this electron microscopy of influenza virus, look at that. Immediately you see it, you say, that's a man walking right. Okay, that's a slide. It should be slide 23 now. Okay, that's a guy walking right. Okay, the dragon man. Okay, walking right. Found in your here, it looks like the head of a man for real. Okay, that's an SEG. Okay, SEG because this is an S and this is a G. Yeah, everything is made with a G. Yeah. With the guy, you can say, look at from here, that's an E, that is a G, okay, and that's an S. All right, it's an SEG. Okay, so you find this in the same virus. I isolated a frog. Look at it here. I circled it. I cropped it out, and this is the frog. Appears like three faces there, and a part of the frog is in each of the face, which reminds me of the Bible verse where a frog came out of the mouth of each of the prophets, the Antichrist, and Satan. Okay, that's why I put it there. Yeah, because this is to do with the Bible. Okay, therefore my team has to be everything have to be interpreted in the context of the Bible. And now this is your frog, as you can see, looking like human face. All HCGs are human like faces. Okay, it is the number of humans. I guess that's why they have the human faces. Okay, and this is the rotation, and look at that face. It looks like a familiar religious face they paste everywhere. All right, but the main thing is this frog. All right, so we're on the right track. My decoding is correct because in nature we find the same thing: frogs, dragons, man walking left and right, and so on. Okay, right. Oh, look at the frog. This is my frog, and look at that. They look very similar. You can't call this anything but a frog. All right, this is whole influenza virus. Yeah, the whole influenza, the capsid. When you look at it, that's how it looks. Now the next slide, oh, is the slide of viral proteins, the way they are stored. Look at 5-star. That's my 5-star. This my G dragon. Okay, I call this one. All right, and this is C-star. Okay, just a minute. This thing has gone back. It's me that did it. Okay, I was trying to show something. Okay, going back. Okay, it's not there even. Okay, it's there. Right. You see, this one is my G dragon. Okay, my chief dragon. Look at, it's the same thing in the viral protein. These are G all around being held together. Okay, just like in my chief dragon. And this is the 6-pointed star or triangles, the pink and the green. They just use different colors for illustration purposes. And this is an X, and it's being held together by frog-like figures. Yeah, frog-like figures. Yeah, frog. See the head and the hands is holding the S together. Okay, and this my S on S. All right, and this is 6 triangles. So all my decoded images are present in viruses. Okay, now let's return to the slideshow. Start from current slide. Okay. So that's the summary of what I already talked about regarding the viral protein code patterns resembling my decoded images. Now, in this slide, this is your vaccine bottle, and this is appears like a head with two heads hanging down his face, just like this. It is exactly this beast that is being represented here. However, note it is a truthful diagram. Every protein in humans is in the shape of Y or SEG beast. Okay, they are not lying. Now, the base, the purple base here, is my flying dragons. There are 2 or 3 of them in there. Okay, and it's funny they showed you this particular, although it's a truthful diagram, it's funny they showed it on your, I guess it's a viral spike protein. So, but you know the tricks they play, they are showing you SEG. Okay, they are showing you SEG because they didn't need to have to show this. There's a double meaning there. SEG, that's what they're giving you. Right, the end of part 1, my interpretation. The abomination that caused desolation is the SEG beast number / images on our body, the temple of God. It is not an antichrist man or Satan coming to sit in a Jerusalem temple or any other holy place. God no longer resides in physical buildings, and therefore it will not be an abomination to God or true Christians if such happens. In any case, since ancient times, the God of this world has been residing in many holy places. Jesus has spiritually wiped these SEG images off our bodies with his divine blood. However, the purchased body / garment is not naturally visible. It will become visible or given to us upon our resurrection, as long as we do not accept another garment, the coming mark of the beast, and thus Satan's sovereignty yet again. Let's continue and find out the mark of the beast. It is the 13th hour of end times, and God is exposing all secrets on earth. Part 2, decoding QR scan codes. Join me in the next video. Thank you for now. Bye.